Okay, stand up. Let's start with our legs nice and wide today. Parallel, so let's just take a moment, scrunch your toes and out. Scrunch them and out. Just try to wake up the feet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flat feet. Now lift your toes up and down. Lift the toes up, down. Toes up. Last one. Good. Flat feet, shoulders. Nice and big. Hear those snap, crackles, and pops. All right. Waking it up. Loosening up the neck. 2, 1. Relax the arms. Look to the right. Come back to front and look to the left. Front and right. Front and left. One more each side. And left. Good. Dropping the ear, side bend or tilt to the neck. Up and other side. And switch. Switch. 2, 1. Good. Roll the head down and around to the right. And down and around to the left. 2. 1 more. And shoulders. 4, 3, 1. Good. From here, we're going to soften the knees and down. Shoulder rolls and a knee bend. Up and down. Feel your hips stick backward. Lift up to that belly and soften those ribs. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, take those arms up and down. Keep the legs up and down. Good. Let's take the arms a little wider, more of a V. So that we can keep the shoulders down away from the ears. So those shoulder blades can rotate on our back, staying nice and flush along those ribs. 3, 2, 1 more. From here, let's stand tall, roll it down, knock chin. Hollow with that belly, take it down. Weight forward in the feet, fingertips or palms down, bend your knees, stretch. Bend your knees, stretch. Now really bend nice and deep. Get this stretch in the hamstrings, and as you bend, maybe you get a stretch in the groin, around your glutes, around the inner thigh. 2, 1 more. Good, rolling it up. Good, shoulder roll to the top. Good, we're gonna do a little step touch to the right. Right, left, keeping it nice and wide, tapping the toes. So let those arms swing side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lifting the leg out, up, up, side to side. Think of those suspenders. So as we exhale, those ribs close in. That pelvic floor starts to pull up. Good. Back to your tap now. Tap, tap, tap that toe. Good. Now take those palms up. We're going to push them across to make this room bigger. Getting a rotation. Good. Getting that heart rate up. That body warm. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Arm side to side. Good. I want to change the arms to keep the legs. Take those arms up all the way over your head and out to the side. Back up, side, up, side, up, side. There we go. So it's on tempo with the feet now. Lift, lower. Again, trying to relax the shoulder blade. Closing those ribs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to that press across. Rotate right hand over, left hand. Breathing out, contracting that waistline. Letting the ribs twist around the spine. Those hips, those knees staying forward to your front wall. 4, 3, 2. Back to taps. Side to side. Good. From here, we're going to lift the legs up, up. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4. Tap those toes. Go ahead, let's put the hands to the hips. Tap the toes behind you. Behind. Reaching to the back edge of your mat. Back, back. Now again, pull up. Suspenders. Nice and tight. Lower back stays long. If you're not sure, take the back of your hands onto that low back. And make sure that you're not crunching, but the squeeze comes from your glutes. 4, 3, right leg 4 in a row, right leg go 4, 3, 2, switch, left for 4, 3, 2, again go 4, right leg, switch and 4. Now let's do 8. Right leg goes 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, switch, 8, 7, 6, 5. Back to 4s, 4, 3, switch, 4. Let's go singles here. Single, single, 4, 2, 1. Bring it in. Now slowly get rid of the tap and bend the knees, shifting side to side. Push your hips back, folding forward at those hip creases. Side to side lunge. Lateral lunge, finding the stretch on the inner thigh. Good. Take it over to that right side and let's hold it. Hold it. Find a stretch on the inside of that left leg. Try to bring that right bum cheek down. Little pulses, right bum cheek goes down, down, down. Belly is lifted. Spine is long. Almost. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Switch sides. Bend the left. Good. Find that stretch. So again, an option is always to grab onto your dumbbell to prop yourself a little higher. So you make sure that spine is open. Left hip is sinking. Pulsing it down, down, down. Really try to focus on your sit bones, going straight down the back wall behind you. Good. 4, 3, 2. Coming back to center. Let's grab both dumbbells. Good, and roll it up. Nice work. From here, let's bring those legs in. I want to work on our balance today. So stand nice and tall. Shoulders down and heavy. Lateral raises, arms are going to go out and in. We're used to this one. 4 more. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Now challenge, if you can, you take both dumbbells, if not just one of them in the right, and out to the side and in. Breathe. Soft bend in that elbow. Again, keep that shoulder blade rolling down into your back pocket. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Perfect. Changing sides. Again, one or both if we can, out to the left. Shoulder blade down, right? It's gliding along the ribs, staying away from the ear. Feel that work in that deltoid, in that shoulder pad muscle. 4, 3 more, 2 more. One more time. Perfect. From here, both hands straight forward. Front raise up and down. Now again, it's relatively light. We do this all the time, but keep the tail down. Keep that belly lifting up and in, and no hinging or leaning back. Keep the body nice and still, so there's no swaying. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both weights in that right hand, straight up and down. No leaning, yeah? Keep that torso nice and tall, equal through both feet. Soft knees, so that weight is forward in the toes. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Awesome, changing sides. And here we go. Good. Almost there. 4 more. 3 more. 2. 1 more. Nice. Good. Back to those dumbbells in both hands. Let's take that left foot. Pop up the heel if we can. Squeeze it into that right leg. Nice and tall lateral raise. Both arms out and in. Now again, it might feel a little light if we've been doing double weight in one hand. So find that control. Think more length. Think getting longer and out. 2, 1. Good. Put that dumbbell, both dumbbells in the left. Challenging our balance. Prop the right heel up. If we can, the foot's going to come up. Otherwise, prop it like a little kickstand. Left arm out by itself to the side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good. Change it back into the right. So that left foot, a little kickstand or leg off the ground. Right arm out. 8, 7, woo, 6. Fighting for that balance. Pulling up through that inner thigh on that right leg. Pulling in through those transverse abdominal muscles. Softening those ribs. 2 more. 1 more. And in. Good. Flat feet. Straight up and down. Good. From here, let's take our right foot up. And try to balance with those arms going to the front. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Nice. Both dumbbells in the right hand. Still going forward, and again, if we can, balancing left foot off the ground or just the toes on the floor. Right hand straight forward. 8, 7, keep that collarbone open. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more time. Good. Switching to the other side. Left side up. And up. Four more. Try your best. Keep that right foot lifted, balancing. 3, 2 more. Last one. Woo. Nice. Nice. Switch it back. Both hands. From here, hinging forward, folding in half. Now, ideally, a flat back parallel to the floor would be great. I find that one a little bit hard for me to keep my belly in. So I'm going to lift just a little bit higher so my low belly is in, my lower back feels supported, even though my tail is still lifting up. Right? Feel those sit bones lifting a little higher. We're going to let those arms hang, palms facing in, so your baby fingers lift out to the side and up to the ceiling. Reach. A little pinch in the shoulders, but away from the ears. So pinch toward the mid of your back, right? Pinch your scapula, pinch your lat, your bra. Lift that belly, close those ribs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time. Good, and up, shoulder rolls. Nice. From here, let's take it down to the floor. So dumbbells can come down. Come to the edge of your mat, and let's roll it down and walk it out to a plank. So feet hip distance apart, take a breath in, and exhale. Nodding the chin, hollowing out that belly, soften the knees, walking it forward. Finding your plank. Let's get your bum down. Feel the collarbone open, that chest pull forward. And we're just gonna breathe. So take a nice big breath into the sides of your ribs. Exhale, pelvic floor. Zip up those high-waisted jeans and soften those ribs. Inhale. Anus in and up. Squeezing waistline and ribs. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor. Waistline and ribs. One more breath. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Downward dog, lifting your bum high. Now stay up on your toes. From this position, if we think yoga, downward dog, this is pretty much how I teach this all the time. Sit bones nice and high. So again, the knees can be soft. So the sit bones reach for the ceiling. Your lower back is long. And your ribs typically flare open. Okay? Got a nice long straight spine. I want you to think of scooping out your low belly and rounding the low back. So exhale, hollow out those abdominals. Feel that pubic bone pull toward your belly button and your lowest ribs pull in a little. Just feel how that changes the position of your spine, changes the stretch, changes the stability in the shoulders, and release it back to that yoga downward dog. Ribs are flared, sit bones nice and high. Again, exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs, scooping the belly. Feel those ribs knitting together as your pubic bone pulls toward your belly button. So a little more rounded in that low back. And then from here, pull straight forward into your plank. Into that plank. You're still scooped out through that low belly. Those ribs are still pulling in. From here, we're going to soften the right knee and then stretch it. Then the left knee and stretch it. So exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. I want you to exhale as the knee comes down. So you're making space for your thigh. Right? You're trying to pull your abdominals out of the way for that leg to flex at the hip. Keep pushing your sternum higher to the ceiling so you're not sinking in those arms. Those arms are pushing your mat away. 4, 3, 2, one more. From here, both knees to the floor. Rest, child's pose. Slowly take it back. Take a moment, if we can keep those legs together so that the belly is resting on your thighs. And take nice big breaths into that belly. That will help actually distribute the air into your back, around along your ribs and around the lumbar vertebrae. Good. From here, press your forearms down and come forward. Getting ready for a plank here on your forearms. So roll the shoulders back, engage your armpits, hold on to those golf balls, one leg at a time, extending it out. Good. From here, take that left foot, touch it to the outside of your mat, and in, right leg out, and in. Let's use that exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs, bend the leg. Exhale, blow before you go. Exhale, reach. Exhale, reach. Roll your shoulders back. I say that because mine were starting to hunch forward. Roll them back. Think a little more extension in your upper thoracic spine. Let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2 more. 1 more. Good, knees down. Ooh. Lay on the belly for a moment. Let's do a little extension. Hands on the floor just in front of your forehead and push away, going into a nice little extension here. Now tuck your tail and lift your belly button. So there's more of a squeeze in your glutes, more of a lift in your abdominals, and lower back. Good, now let's tuck the tail, so a little squeeze in the glutes, lift the belly button so that we're not dumping in our lumbar spine. And 1 more. Good, and down. Nice from here. Back to your child's pose. Good. And up onto all fours. From here, let's work on some push-ups. Take your hands wider than the shoulders, staying on all fours. So at the sit bones wide and high. I want those low ribs to pull upward and in. And we're gonna drop our chest, not our face. Our chest between our thumbs on the inhale. Exhale, push away from the floor. Inhale down, exhale, push. 3, 2, 1 more time. Good. Don't change anything. Arms are good. Take your right leg straight back and then lift it up nice and high. Don't arch your back. Pull those suspenders in. Tighten the ribs to the hips. Squeeze that right bum cheek. Still in that push-up, you're going to drop the chest down and lift. So if your chest goes down, your leg goes up. And vice versa. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Changing legs. So with the leg in the air, you've got more weight in your hands. You got to work a little more to keep that core strong. So exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs, squeeze your glutes. Co-contraction between your back and the front. So that's that corset wrapping around. And down on the inhale. Exhale, up. 3 more. And lift. 2. 1 more time. And in. Little child's pose. Good. Let's grab the squishy ball. Good. So I want to work on your transverse abdominals, your low belly here. I would take that ball more to your, just above your ankle, with the knee slightly forward. And we're going to stretch the leg out. And then we're going to exhale, pull into that pelvic floor, waistline, sit bones are high to pull the leg in. Reach it out. And exhale, drag that knee in. So there's no change in my spine, but the front of my belly is really, really, really lifting. Good, exhale. Pelvic floor, waistline, close those ribs and drag that knee. So we're not just using the hip flexor, we're using this low belly. Exhale. 1 more time, exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Good, we're gonna change legs. So take that squishy ball. Round your ankle on that right leg. That knee is close and in toward the belly button to start. We're going to inhale, stretch it out. Sit bones are high, so you're not dropping the bum. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, close the ribs, tail high. Inhale back And exhale. The more you can think of your pubic bone trying to pull up toward your ribs, that will pull your knee in. Tailbone has got to go high though, as you pull that pubic bone up. 2. One more time. Nice. Good. Take the ball between your knees. Good. You can come up onto your fist or stay on those hands. Good. I'm going to come to my fist today. That type of morning for me. Roll your shoulders back. Keep the collarbone open. Curling the toes under and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that ball. Check in. Are you tucked already in your bum? There's no tucking in the bum, so let's pull it up. You're always going to try to find a little stretch or a little pull in that hamstring at the top. So from here, inhale, exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Lift the knees to hover, squeezing the ball, and down. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Hover those knees, down. Exhale. Good. One more time. Exhale. Hold. Squeezing the ball, in. Lift that belly, up, up. Close the wrists. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. Nice. Good work. Let's keep the ball between the knees. Let's grab our dumbbells. So from here, we're going to sit to our feet as we are now. And we're going to come up and we're going to squeeze our glutes at the top. And we're going to sit down. And we're going to lift. Hands are going to be a little different. I want them to be up into your triceps. So link your fingertips together and then stretch the elbows, squeeze your bottom. Bend it back. Lift. And again, we got to close those ribs. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, rib cage. Right? Because we're not tucking the tail underneath us. We're pulling it underneath our ribs. Making sure that the alignment between the front ribs and those front hip bones or front pockets are in line with each other. Squeezing the ball. Let's make sure your feet are not touching. Feet are apart. Your knees are apart. Right? The ball's there. 4, 3, 2. One more time. Woo! Bring it down. Nice. Put those dumbbells to either side. Grab some water. Let's come onto our back. Good. Laying on our back. Let's go into, keep working on those legs. Let's go pelvic curl into our bridges. So again, squeeze the ball between those inner thighs. Squeeze the ball so the space between your knees matches your feet, matches your sit bones. Good. Hands pressing to the floor, open that collarbone. Take a breath in. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline softening, tucking the tail, and peeling your spine up. Knees are going forward over top of your toes. Use the next exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, feel the ribs knit together. Rolling it down. Keep them together. Drop the tail. Breathe into your sides. Exhale. Tucking and peeling to lift. And exhale. Rolling it down. Sit bones reaching long. And exhale. Tuck the tail, peeling to lift it high. And exhale, rolling it all the way down. Go ahead, take those hands to the ceiling, palms facing in. Exhale, tuck the tail. Peeling to lift yourself back up. Keep those arms high. Keep those arms in the socket, so heavy. Shoulder blades are down. And roll. Keep the ribs down. Keep the shoulder blades down as you drop your tail. Keep those ribs down. And back up. Good, stay lifted. Squeeze the ball in, 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 in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 2, hold it. Rise up on your toes. Good, heels go down, up. Heels go down, up. Keep your pelvis up. 2, hold it high. And again, squeeze the ball. In, 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 in. Inner thighs, pelvic floor, blueberry. Pull it inward and up. Keep those ribs closing. 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze. Stay up on your big toe, second toe. Exhale, roll it down through the rib cage. Keep the ribs down. Keep them down as the mid back comes down. Keep them down as the tail comes down and the heels come down. Nice. No articulation. We're going to fold from those hips. So find a little imprint. Attach those suspenders and then squeeze the ball. And exhale, push straight up. Fold at the hips, come halfway down. Lift. Halfway, lift. Good. Sometimes I like to turn my palms to the ceiling, fingertips looking into center, just to get a nice little stretch down my wrist, down my forearm. You're welcome to do that, or just keep the palms facing each other. 5, feel the bum cheek squeeze. 3, 2, 1 more, and down. Nice. Good work. Let's take that squishy ball, put it underneath our pelvis. Good. And then if we want, grab those dumbbells and we'll bring our legs up into tabletop. So even just here, keep the forearms down for now. Feel your tail becoming heavy. Feel that pelvis dropping toward the floor on the other side of your ball. If you feel like your back is arching, check in with those ribs. Close the rib cage. Right, I want you to feel your 11th through 12th rib pressing down, or the latch of your bra pressing down. Hands can come all the way up. We're going into our toe touches. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. 1 foot down. And others. Suspenders get tighter. Tailbone stays heavy. Just like in 4-point kneeling, that tailbone had to keep reaching. Those sit bones had to keep reaching up the wall. Here, they're reaching down the wall toward the baseboard because we're on our back. Keep those inner thighs active by keeping the legs close to center, close to each other. Good, adding the opposite arm to leg, away and up. Exhale. Four, 3, 2, 1 more time. Good. Gently hug your knees to your chest. Allow that lower back to round and stretch out. We're going to work a little bit on our balance here again, as well as our core strength in our arms. So bringing your legs back to tabletop. Let's get that tailbone heavy. Both dumbbells go into your right hand. And we're going to exhale, extend the left leg forward. Okay, so it's a single leg stretch, but you got to hold it. Take both arms and bend them down. Push them back up. Down, back up. Take your time, don't rush this. It's about the control. Collarbone open, shoulder blades sandwiched between your ribs and the floor. Suspenders, exhale, tighten. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. One more. Good, legs in, let's change arms. Good, right leg forward. And bend. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Good, inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Exhale, reach. Good. Close those ribs, tighten those suspenders. Keep that tail heavy. 2. One more. Nice. Bring it in. Now let's bring it down. Take yourself up and off that squishy ball. Allow for a nice release in that back. Good. Put the ball to the side. Let's roll over. I'm going to come onto my right side. Good. So laying on our side. First things, let's make sure that our hips are stacked, which means there's a little lift underneath our right side waistline. Those ribs, those suspenders, keep pulling in and together. Take one dumbbell, let's go rotator cuff. So left hand high, roll the shoulder down, bring that elbow to your waistline, to the seam of your shirt. And we're gonna bend parallel, rotate into parallel to the floor and rotate open. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, close those ribs, rotate. Connect to that core, that torso, and open. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Press it high. Now from here, this is going to be your posterior delt. Straight arm is going to come forward parallel to the floor. Roll the shoulder back. Keep that arm in the socket. Exhale, lift. Straight up. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Close the rib cage. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Place that dumbbell down, let it rest. Place that hand to the floor. Let's keep that space. Clamshells, exhale, open, and down. Think about using as little muscles as possible in that leg so you engage the core and then float the knee up. The more you can float the knee up, the more you're going to connect to that glute med. It's a little muscle in your glute. You're going to start to activate and feel him turning on. If you're not sure if the back is moving, hold on to your pelvis. Make sure it's stable. Two more. One more. Good. From here, rotate your foot to the ceiling, knee down, flex the foot. So think of your heel balancing your coffee, pushing it up, up, up. Close the ribs. Pull that waistline in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Now keep that leg bent parallel to the floor. Swing to the front and swing it to the back. Okay, front and back. Keep the hips stacked. Close those ribs. Try to keep your spine nice and long. So for myself, I can always feel the rib, typically on my left side, kind of popping over the other. It's not painful. I can just feel the click. But that tells me that I'm actually compressing and shortening my spine. So I got to think of my crown of my head really pulling out toward the edge of the wall as my sit bones keep pulling longer to the bottom edge of my mat. And then that gives me extra space. And that clicking typically disappears as I pull those ribs together. Pull the leg back and hold it. Also gives me a bigger lift under that right side. From here, lift and lower that leg to the back corner. Behind you. Behind you. Good. If you need to, put your hand on your bum. There you go. Feel those muscles under the hand working. It's behind the seam, right? If you feel it in the front, take that leg even farther back. Think of tucking your tail more. So again, you're not moving the pelvis. 4 more. 3 more. 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Let's take that leg. Let's grab onto the foot in the front, placing it down. Try to get a nice big stretch in that glute. My glute's already on fire, so that stretch is like, oh no. Again, pull the hips long. Rotate that knee toward the sky. You get to support it with your left hand. You can put that heel of your hand along the thigh. You might notice that there's some tightness or a tender spot. You can just kind of hang out there and give it a little massage or a little wiggle. It might feel nice with the hand close to the hip to really create that space in that hip socket. And we'll just breathe, but let's breathe that pelvic floor with that contraction in the waist and the ribs. Good, and releasing it. Take it back. Good. Push yourself up. Let's come to the other side. Make sure you've got that dumbbell with you. We're starting with the shoulder. Still keep those hips stacked. Let's take that right hand high and bend that elbow. So going right into the seam of your shirt. Rotate parallel and exhale, open. And exhale, open. Good, 3 more. 2, 1, press it all the way up. Keep that arm in the socket, but lower the straight arm down parallel. And use that exhale, lift it back up. Right, posterior delt, rhomboids, exhale, lift. Keep that neck long. Lots of space around the ear. Two, exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. And last one. Good, bring it down. Good, from here we'll go right into our clamshells. Hips are long, waistline is lifted. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, open the knees and down. And again, think of that knee floating to the sky. So yes, we've contracted the core. Good. There we go. My hip was moving, so I'm touching my hip bone to my rib, making sure they stay facing the front. When that happens, my knee doesn't actually rotate as high as I thought it did. Good. So again, working more on the side of that glute. Right along the underwear line as it cuts up the side, not underneath the sit bone, but all the way up, right, kind of into that little dimple area. One more. Awesome. Rotate it in. Flex that foot. Get your coffee bounce on your foot. Knees in line with the ear. And lift, lift, lift. Internal rotation. Keep that belly lifted. Up, up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Good. We're going to kick to the front and back. Keep the leg bent, swinging front and swinging back. Again, checking in, making sure that pelvis doesn't move. It's the leg in the socket. That's why we're going to keep that space under the left side body. The suspenders are going to stay nice and tight. You're going to feel a squeeze around that sit bone. So that's your glute max, right? That's that big glute muscle at the back. Two. Good. Push it back, hold it, and lift it up and down, reaching for that back wall. Now turn that right hip down just a little bit. See if we can get more activation in that glute behind the seam of your pants. Seven, 6, 5, we can do it. 3, 2, 1, bring it in. Good, grab a hold of that foot, let's bring it down in front. And again, pushing your hips away, gently pushing that knee up. Again, work that hand up the inner thigh. Find if there's any tension in there. Right, you can give it a little massage. Good, and we're gonna release it. And let's come over onto our belly. Good. Getting ready for our back extensions. Let's start with those arms in our goalpost position, forehead down. Anchor your pelvis, pubic bone, left and right hip bone. And we're gonna focus on our breathing. That's the first and most important thing, okay? Pubic bone down, shoulders back. Take a breath. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs. Now close those ribs and press your chest up between your forearms, between your shoulder, and come down. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs to press up. So again, trying to keep that alignment, keep those suspenders tight. Exhale, lift. And exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, rib press. Good, last time, press to hold it. Exhale, close those ribs, lift. And stay here. Every exhale is a chance to reconnect to that pelvic floor. Feel the waistline pulling up away from your mat a little more, finding more length in the lower back. Feeling those ribs knit together and try to lift away from the mat. They don't really lift, but feel them trying to get away from the mat. Keep pressing with those forearms to get that stretch, that openness across the collarbone. Last exhale. And lower. Good. From here, take those arms straight out, make a T. Roll the shoulders back. And exhale, lift the chest, lift the arms, and down. Same breath pattern. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, rib cage, lift, and down. Now let's really anchor the pelvis. You're going to squeeze your glutes a little bit. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, rib cage, and down. And exhale, lift. And exhale, lift. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, ribs, collarbone is open, shoulders are down, neck is long, inhale, lower. Exhale. Lift, hold it up. Take those hands back by your hips, exhale, come a little higher. Now try to stay up there as your hands come back out to the side. Exhale, pull them into your hips. Inhale to the side. Try to keep that chest lifted. Try to keep pulling your belly in so we're not balancing on our belly button. We're not balancing on our air. 2. 1 more. Good, bring it down. Nice. Good, taking your hands straight back by your hips. This is for your lats. So touching the seam of your pants or the shorts, don't bring your hands behind you. Don't bring your hands together. Keep them right at your side, okay? Nose is hovering an inch. Collarbone is open. Stretch your elbows to reach for your ankles. Breathe in. Exhale, pelvic floor, waistline, rib cage. Squeeze your arms into your torso as much as you can. Inhale. Exhale, breathing out. So the upper arm, your armpit, your elbows, your forearms, your wrist, all squeezing in nice and tight. Exhale. I bet you there's a spot on that arm that's not squeezing as tight as you think it could, or it's not squeezing as much as another part. Try to even it out. Keep breathing. Inhale. Collarbone open. Last 2. Last 1. And rest. Good. Take it back. Child's pose. Walk your hands to the right. Find that nice big stretch down the left side of the body. Good, bring it back through center, over to the other side. Good, breathe through that stretch underneath the right armpit or down the side of the right ribs. Good, coming back to center. Let's bring it all the way up. Let's come to all fours. Let's do our goalie stretch. So let's take that right leg out to the side. Do the best you can. Try to get the baby toe, the outside of your foot down. Easier said than done for me first thing in the morning. Keeping the tail high, rock backward and forward. Keep that tail high, don't let it drop down. Might get a nice stretch over the outside of that right ankle. Might get a nice big stretch on that inner thigh. Might even feel a little bit of the hamstring behind the knee or around your glute. Last one. Good. Change it for the other leg. Left leg out. Again, try to get the baby toes down. This foot is a lot easier for me. Lift your tail, rocking backward and forward. Two more. Last one. Perfect. Bring it in. Let's take it to a lunge. Let's bring that left leg to the front. Stretch out the right thigh. Tuck that tail. Square up the hips. Just make sure the pelvis is level. One hip's not higher than the other. Good. You can take your right hand high and add a little side bend over to the left. It doesn't have to be far. Good. Bring it back. Let's release it for the other leg. Again, tuck your tail. Square up the hips. Little squeeze in that left bum, deepening that stretch in the front of the left leg. Left hand high to add a little side bend. Good, and bring it back down. Nice. One more time, let's take it up into a downward dog position. And let's just walk out the feet. Find the stretch in the calf and the ankles. Good, sink those heels down. Scoop out that belly. Hold it here as you scoop out the belly and breathe into the back of your ribs. And slowly walking your hands back toward your feet. Taking a moment to hang upside down. And roll it up. Exhale. Hollow out that belly, dropping the tailbone, stacking the spine and lifting the chest. Standing nice and tall. Take a big breath, high inhale. And out. One more, all the way up. Shake out your arms. Shake out your legs. Go enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. And hopefully I'll see you in person soon.